Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to guidance, advice, education, inspiration. And I'd like to talk this morning briefly about the why of the mitzvahs. There are many mitzvahs, hukim, by the way. These are mitzvahs that do not have an obvious reason. They don't make any apparent sense. It makes sense: don't steal, don't commit adultery, don't murder. All these are self-evident why they're there. But there's certain mitzvahs that don't make sense. You just do them. Tzitzis, wear fringes on the corners of your garments throughout a generation. Put on a thread of blue. Why? The red heifer, all the trouble to make ashes, it doesn't make sense. To a certain extent, keeping kosher, not blending fibers, shatnez. There's no obvious, apparent reason. We have no idea of the hidden motives behind any given mitzvah. We can, however, attempt to glean some lessons with respect to matters to which the Torah alludes, hints, certain themes, what we call remes. These are hints. A commandment is saying this, but it makes an allusion to something else. We know that everything that Hashem does, it's an expression of His beneficence. Even when we suffer, even when Hashem sends us punishments and trials and tribulations that attack the very foundations of our belief, the foundations of Yiddishkeit. When we suffer, when we're subject to denunciations, when others attack us physically or verbally, sometimes in a very cruel manner, we are subject to doubt and as to why heaven allows this to happen, and if it's for the good is not very obvious. There are a positive purpose to His decrees, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out. The Piazesner Rebbe comments that everything is for the good, everything is for a purpose. God does this, and even though we're punished, and even though the God sometimes attacks the institutions, shuls, the synagogues, yeshivas, cheters, we still have to trust that everything is for the good. You have to remember that the Piazesner Rebbe wrote his works while he was interred in a concentration camp, when not only the people were being attacked, but synagogues were being destroyed, yeshivas were being destroyed, cheters, children's schools, everything was going up in flames. And yet he said there's a divine purpose for all of Hashem's decrees, and it's difficult sometimes to see, but we have to trust. We have to have Bitachon. Eventually, in the fullness of time, we will see the divine purpose. It's very difficult in the short term to see the hand of God, or why Hashem is doing these things. Why is the Creator putting us through this stuff? We have to have faith that this somewhat ambiguous behavior is ultimately for the good, for the long-term good, and we trust in Hashem, And regardless of the questions we may have, and we will trust that in the fullness of time, all our questions will be answered. This is sometimes a difficult thing to do, because the gut reaction is to blame God, to say that there's no reason. It takes strength and a firmness of purpose to do this. And like any muscle, it can be developed. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back, please watch, please learn. And until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.